All right, it is 8:35. We are finally at Memorial Day weekend, and of course the grills are already firing up across West Michigan. What if you're tired of the same old burgers and hot dogs? There is a healthier way to level up your cookout without a lot of the extra work. We're joined by Shanti Opello, a registered dietitian with Blue Cross Blue Shield of Michigan, who's here to show us 3 easy recipes you can throw right on the grill just in time for holiday weekend. Shanti, we always appreciate your time. Thank you so much for joining us one more time. First, let's talk about our diet on holiday weekends. It's usually not the best. How can this become dangerous for people?
Yeah, well, like you said, Memorial Day is kind of the unofficial kickoff to summer. Lots of people are firing up their grills. We see lots of burgers and hot dogs, and a lot of those types of foods are ultra processed. We know that ultra processed foods, when we consume them too much over time, are linked with obesity, type 2 diabetes, lots of chronic illnesses. So the more we can cut down on that and eat more whole foods, the better. And so we want to think about that as we step into the grilling season, that we can focus on these vegetables, we can focus on more lean proteins and still make them taste really good.
All right. Yeah, you actually led right into my next question about, what should we be looking for if we want to make a few changes at the buffet table for our cookouts there. So let's just dive right into it. You've got 3 recipes you're showing us. Let's start with the balsamic soy mushrooms. That sounds delicious. Tell us about that and what we can do there.
Yeah, so I've got some portobello mushrooms. You could use white mushrooms as well. And I have marinated them in a balsamic soy glaze. This is just balsamic vinegar with some soy sauce, a little bit of maple syrup. You don't need much there because that balsamic really has a lot of natural sweetness. And then some garlic and a little bit of miso paste. That's not an ingredient that you absolutely need, but if you have it on hand, it adds so much umami. And so I've marinated them for about 15 minutes because we don't want to marinate them for too long, being a really high water content vegetable. And so once they've been on the grill and just get some nice grill marks, we're going to top them with some green onions and some sesame seeds. This adds kind of a textural contrast to this, but also good flavor. And it just makes it really presentable for serving, especially if you're hosting this Memorial Day.
Yeah, it also sounds like something nice and light. If you're not looking to overindulge in the food, you can always just pick that up and maybe have a couple bites and then keep moving. I think that's a great option. We've got another option that you're talking about, chicken satay skewers. For those of us at home that don't know what satay is, can you first explain that before you dive into the recipe? Because I've heard of it, but it might sound foreign to some other people.
For sure. So this is a very traditional Thai dish. And so if you love Thai restaurants, you've probably seen it. But what's great is that you can make it at home. Now, the marinade has some curry paste. We've got some ginger. Everyone makes their marinade just a little bit different. Some vegetable oil, garlic, ginger, lime. So lots of great flavor in there. What it comes with traditionally is this peanut butter sauce. And a lot of the same ingredients, except we add peanut butter and water to thin it out to this beautiful consistency. But generally, this is served at Thai restaurants. But this one is a little bit different because we're adding a little bit less sugar to the marinade, a little less sugar to the sauce. And we've also got vegetables that we're adding to these skewers that we don't traditionally see.
Okay, let's move on to grilled zucchini salad. I know somebody in my family, my mom specifically, would love this option. It sounds really good. Grilling zucchini, though, that might be a little different for some folks. So kind of walk us through this one.
Yeah, sorry. I'm just gonna fill in this last little moment about how
show
to
us.
serve
Come
these
on.
skewers because they are great served over rice or an appetizer. You see, I'm drizzling this peanut butter sauce and then just topping it with cilantro. If you've got the gene for soap where it tastes like soap, I'm sorry, but it's so good on here. And then topping it with some crushed peanuts. So again, just something that you can serve for dinner or an appetizer. But back to this grilled
Interesting.
zucchini. So beautiful. I have just sliced them long ways, and you see they're kind of in some thin slices. What I did for this one is I just put them in my favorite salad dressing. This is so easy to do because salad dressing has, the fat and the acid. It's oftentimes got a lot of flavor agents and, of course, a little bit of sugar and salt. So it's perfect to use for a marinade. So just another 10, 15 minutes grilling those. And then we're going to top it with a bruschetta. So this is kind of a non-traditional way to serve zucchini as a salad, like you said. And so the tomatoes just go really well with the flavors. I'm topping it with this tomato mixture, just quartered tomatoes with some oregano and salt. Doesn't have to be too complicated. And then we're topping it with some fresh Italian herbs. This is just parsley and basil.
Oh, that sounds so good. I'm curious to where you got all these ingredients. I mean, obviously, maybe just your local grocery store has these on hand.
Yeah, and so of course, a lot of these are coming into season soon, and like you were just doing in the previous segment, your tomatoes will probably start getting ripe in June. So all these are going to taste extra good at their peak ripeness. But a lot of these ingredients for the chicken satay, maybe they sound a little bit exotic. Lots of grocery stores have these, but you can also make a lot of modifications. You don't really need all of the kind of fancy curry paste and things like that. You can go without it, and just getting the quintessential peanut butter sauce is kind of key to this.
Ooh, that all sounds really good. Let's say we do overindulge on Memorial Day weekend. I know we also have the 4th of July weekend later this summer. Let's say we do indulge in some of these more holiday weekends. How can we get back on track, I think is my question. Is there a way that we can, Monday morning or Tuesday morning after the long holiday weekend, try to get back on track? What would you recommend?
Yeah, I think it's always great to, of course, include balance even as you're going through the holiday table. Have your hot dog, have your burger, but make sure you're serving something healthy along the way, because you can't make the healthy choice the easy choice if it's not available to you, right? But to your question about how to get ready, I think having a meal plan, especially as you plan for a holiday weekend and you have a week after that coming up, being really prepared and shopping for that as well. Of course, we want to make sure that we're staying hydrated, especially as we're consuming maybe some alcohol and those really salty foods. And so that's really important even after the holiday weekend as well.
All right, Shanti Appella with Blue Cross Blue Shield Michigan. We always appreciate your insight, and also thank you so much for the 3 recipes there that you can try this holiday weekend. Thank you so much.
Thank you.